Hey everyone, Dumont Owen here. It is not Wednesday at noon, it is Thursday at 2. We had a meltdown yesterday, technically. So I know most of you are going to have to watch this on the replay, and I apologize. If you were on for the first part yesterday, you know things went horribly awry, and that's just part of live streaming. It happens every once, and we are just going to keep on moving on. So today we are talking about creator mode, and creator mode is just the coolest thing. It is LinkedIn's way of really helping you promote content and get more people following it, but it is not right for everyone. So I'm just going to give you a few pointers right here so that you can tell whether this is something you want to do right now, whether it's something you ever want to do, or whether it's just not time yet, but it's something that you really want to move forward to. So first of all, if you are new to LinkedIn and you do not have your 500 connections, work on that first. Because when people go to your profile, they are looking for those connections. So don't consider creator mode until you get there, okay? Because it will let you, LinkedIn will let you do creator mode with only 150 connections or followers. But remember that your profile on LinkedIn is your sales page. Okay, so you want those 500 plus connections, and you want to have your profile fully branded and fully optimized before you turn on creator mode. Now, in those of you who've been following me for some time know that I stream almost every week on noon at noon on Wednesdays. That's Eastern Standard Time, and watch for these because I almost always do a LinkedIn profile live stream once a month, and we will be talking about lots of topics that you really need to stay up with. So if you are not following this right now, make sure that you do, and make sure that you hit that bell. You click the bell on my profile, because that way you will be notified when I have new live streams. I send out an email to my network, or not an email, but I send out a message to my network at the beginning of every month, or at the end, telling you what's coming next month. We will probably announce that will probably go out next week. That will go out next week. So you will know what's coming up. And even if you can't make it live, you can register and get the replay. Okay, so I want you to know that. Secondly, if you have 500 plus connections, but you're not someone who really enjoys creating content of some kind, then you probably don't want creator mode. But remember, there are all other kinds of ways to engage people. You can post, you can post all different kinds of things on LinkedIn. And you don't necessarily have to have a newsletter, and you don't necessarily have to have a, excuse me, a podcast. Hold on. My throat's been a little bit dry. I was at a conference all weekend talking. So you may see me taking a sip of coffee every once in a while. But you can drive engagement, and engagement is what you're really going for. You want to engage other people on LinkedIn. You want to engage your ideal clients. So, you can engage them and get their attention by liking, commenting, and sharing on their posts. And then you send them an invitation to connect, and then you start that relationship. So there are other ways if you are not a content creator. And the last thing I would like you to consider is, what kind of content creator are you? I'm much more comfortable with video than with anything else. However, I do the newsletter. Not as religious with it as I should be because, quite frankly, coming out of higher ed, um, I have the sensor that goes on in my brain. There's this academician going, right this way, and I have to shut up that academician and tell her, right, so that people you're not writing for people in higher ed anymore. You're not publishing journal articles. You're talking to adults who are out in the real world. So keep it in mind as to what you like to do, because you can post polls as long as those polls relate to you. You can, relate to things that you're trying to find out. Polls are for research. They are not for just getting any kind of engagement. You see polls out there where people will say, okay, what's your favorite ice cream? Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry? Well, I don't know. You may get a whole lot of responses, but those people aren't interested in what you do. They're just telling you their favorite ice cream. You're not getting any real followers and engagers. You're just attracting a whole lot of commotion. So use polls wisely. Do them for research in areas that you're interested in. There are all kinds of content we can talk about. You can do carousel ads. You can do text only ads. You can do ads with video, or not ads, posts. I'm sorry. I'm not recommending any ads at this time. There is only one kind of ad that I recommend on LinkedIn. And that is, if you're doing live streams, you can boost them for $50. And that's a real bargain. So that's one of the things that is an advantage. But if you are not someone who is ever going to create content, or you don't think you can do it regularly, then don't. Find another way to interact. Creator mode and creating content is absolutely 100% worth it, but not if it's not something you're ever going to do. So you. I don't know you, but you know you, right? And I can't tell you what the best approach for you is. I can just tell you how to use creator mode wisely. Okay, so here's the agenda for today. I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk a little bit about content marketing and about the benefits of creator mode, but then we're going to go to LinkedIn and do a tour, and I'm going to show you all the things I'm talking about, okay? So let me get this going for you. You should be able to see, is creator mode right for you? So let's get going. The first thing I want to tell you before we even get started, because this is absolutely the thing that turned my business around. I mean, I had been struggling to get clients. I had been, I just can't tell. Some of you have been through that same struggle, where you don't know how to get clients into your class, or you don't know how to get things going. If you ever want to create and market courses on LinkedIn, Facebook, your blog, your private, maybe you're on Thinkific, or maybe you're on Kajabi or whatever, you must attend this class. It's only $1. It's running Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is absolutely the event that turned my business around. It's $1 to get a ticket. It is $47, which I recommend, to get the VIP plan. And here's why. You will be able to actually participate, to interact with potential partners. to ask questions. It's just so much better. So I recommend this. I'm going to drop a link in right now, and then I will drop it again at the end because I really want you to get this. And since most of you are watching this on the replay, we're going to get it out as soon as we can. And I want you to register for this. Even if you don't catch all of it, catch what you can. It is so powerful because you're not only going to learn how to do a course, you're going to learn how to use a course to get to a six-figure income. Okay. I mean, this is the way to go. So please do yourself a favor and go ahead and do this. I just can't recommend it enough. Okay. So let's get started with the rest of the program. All right. So what the heck is content marketing anyway? Well, it's just a marketing strategy that's used to attract, engage, and retain your audience. And that's by sharing relevant articles, videos, podcasts, and other media. So that's what content marketing is. It's great because content marketing doesn't cost you anything. Okay. And content marketing, now that LinkedIn has made certain changes, it makes it even easier to market your content. Just this morning, I was showing a client how if you're posting something on LinkedIn, on that homepage, that open post, if you look down in the right-hand corner, you will see a little clock symbol now, a clock icon, and you can use that to schedule your posts. So no more paying for Buffer, no more paying for Hootsuite or all the others that are out there as schedules. You can do it right there on LinkedIn. So how cool is that? LinkedIn is making it better and better for content marketers. Okay, so I just want to talk real quickly about how to create your content marketing strategy. First of all, and you have to start with this on anything you do on LinkedIn, you have to know your niche. You have to know their problems and challenges. You have to know what is what is keeping them up at night. You really need to clarify that niche. And if you can't get down to, for instance, I know my niche is coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, and other kinds of experts. There's small business owners, entrepreneurs who are in those areas. And, even though I don't say it, I know that my niche is largely women. It's not that I don't have guys in my classes. It's not that I don't have men who are clients, but most of the people who gravitate towards me are women, so I kind of know that, although, and so you want to be really clear about who's coming to you. Then you want to identify your objectives. What the heck is it that you're trying to accomplish with your content marketing? And define the metrics. If you are trying to enlarge your network, then that may be things like profile views, and those kinds of things. If you are so I'm not going to go a lot into that today because I do a whole live stream on this, but define the metrics based on your objectives. If you are trying to up your social selling, then you're going to want to look at your social selling index score and watch, because I usually do something on that once a month too. Okay, then you're going to create your plan. You're going to identify your content formats. In other words, what are you comfortable doing? What will you get out there? Obviously, video is my preferred format. And then finally, you're going to measure the results. So that is content marketing kind of in a nutshell. Now, this is the LinkedIn roadmap. And the reason I'm showing you this is because this is free to you guys. And when you opt into it, it takes you through all 4 of the stages of developing a system for LinkedIn, a lead generation and sales funnel for LinkedIn. And when you get this roadmap, you're also going to be sure that you opt in and don't opt right out, because there's going to be a series of messages afterwards that tell you, for one, you get my metrics tracker so that you will be able to track your metrics on LinkedIn. Another thing is the roadmap also comes with a video so that I will tell you exactly how to use it. There are a number of different options and gifts that you get by opting into this. So I just want to make sure you understand that. Okay, so how to come up with content ideas. And that is, hold on, I just saw that my email is still up and I don't want that in my picture. So, okay, so how to come up with ideas. Well, you can go to places like Quora and Reddit and look at their questions. What are people asking you about? What are people asking about your topic? You can go to industry specific forums if you specialize in a certain industry. You can use ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, and I am going to be telling you all about ChatGPT and how to use it wisely versus a lot of the garbage advice you're getting out there right now about ChatGPT, what you do want to do with it and use it for, and what you don't. So stay tuned for that. There's Answer the Public. This is answerthepublic.com. You can go there, you can type any topic into it, and it will spew out a whole plethora of questions. Who, what, where, why, how questions. Go to that, look at those questions, and then answer those questions. That's your topic. Okay, you can go to Amazon and just look at books on the topic and look at their back covers. What are they talking about? Do niche research, and we have already talked about that. You need to connect with people in your niche and ask them questions. Just say, hey, I just want to talk to you for 15 minutes. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to know what frustrations and problems keep you up at night. I swear this is not a sales call. Just help me with my research for 15 minutes. Okay, so you want to do that. And you also want to pay attention to the LinkedIn news feed. And you can train your news feed, okay? Most people don't know this, but whenever you see an article in the news feed, now if that person has creator mode, you can just click follow. But if they don't, you can click the 3 dots, the ellipsis to the right, and you can either say that you don't want to see topics like this or that you want to see more of these. So you can actually train your news feed to come up with exactly what you're looking for. Pretty cool. Okay, whoop. All right. So what is creator mode? First of all, creator mode is free. Okay, you don't have to have a premium subscription. That's the first thing I want you to know. And it really helps you build your brand. And for those of you who are seeing me for the first time, I am a certified master personal and digital brand strategist. So when I talk about brand, I'm really telling you about the fastest and best way to get clients on LinkedIn. And that is by promoting your professional brand. It's part of LinkedIn's social selling index. They will tell you that you need to be doing that every day, every week, but get it out there, because by promoting your brand, and doing it with creator mode, you are going to strengthen your profile and you're going to create better, more high quality content. Sorry, tongue twister there. Okay, and then let's talk about some of the features of creator mode. You can feature yourself in 5 hashtags, and I'm going to show that to you. On your profile, it's going to it's going to display your followers next to your connections. Now, why is that important? Because LinkedIn will only allow you to display 500 plus connections. You're never going to get above that. It's never going to show all your connections. You can have up to 30,000 connections, okay? But connections is never going to show more than 500 plus. But followers, all of your connections are followers, okay? And that number shows. All right, so remember, connections are always followers, but followers are not always connections. All right, so there's lots of strategy to go with that, and we'll talk about that in the future. It's going to change your connect button to follow. So we're going to talk about that because it's not going to prevent people from connecting with you, but they have to go through an extra step. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I don't have any cough drops in here. Okay. We're just going to keep going. All right. So it's going to make your featured section more prominent. We're going to talk about that. It's going to display your activities section above your about section. And there are advantages and disadvantages to that. If you're active, if you're publishing or doing something at least once a week, then you definitely, that's definitely an advantage. Okay, and it adds follow to all your posts in the news feed. Okay, all people have to do is click it. That's devoutly to be desired. Okay, and then finally, you can do newsletters, live streams, and podcasts, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Okay, let's talk about the benefits. You're going to attract more of your ideal clients. You get to do that LinkedIn Live, you get to do that newsletter, you get to do that podcast. And all of these used to be limited as to how often you could do it. When I first started out, wow, I think back then it was once a month for these things. Then they went to bi-weekly, then to weekly, and now you can do any of these daily. You can do it as often as you want. So you know, it's like, woo, go out and create. Okay, and then it's going to also tell you suggested follower or suggested creators for you to follow. Now, one of the things about suggested creators is you're going to start noticing when you turn on creator mode that LinkedIn is going to start sending you people to follow, and they're going to be people who have like 1,000 900 connections, something like that. What's doing the same thing for you? Okay, you're showing up in other people's news feeds with this follow this creator thing. So you know, that's pretty cool. And finally, it's going to really up your LinkedIn and Google SEO, search engine optimization. All great things. Okay, so let's go live on LinkedIn. So I am going to remove this from the news stream. I am going to, hold on. I always have to figure out. Let's see, share screen. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me cancel that and do it again now. Why is it not seeing this? Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. All right, you should be seeing my profile now. And let me reload it real quick because I want to show you something. Oh, it didn't do it. Normally, when you land on my profile, the first, oh, did you see that little There was just, you just saw me move just a little bit in there. I have a cover video. You can only do it with the LinkedIn app from your phone, but you can do a 30-second video that is just about the closest thing to having a conversation with the people who land on your profile as there is. And that's definitely what you want people to see. So I just wanted to point that out to you. So, you know, branded content, your banner, your video, your headline, all of that. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you how to do, and I don't think you're going to be able to see it on my area because I'm all, wait, let's see. Activity. Here. Okay, see this right here under resources? I have creator mode on. You will have it off if you don't have it yet, and you just, to turn creator mode on, you just click there, and it is going to go through, and it's going to ask you for 5 hashtags that you want displayed on your profile. These are my 5 hashtags right here. So they're right under. So it says I talk about LinkedIn, social media, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, and personal branding. And there are other things, you know, we all have a ton of topics. You just have to figure out your best draw there. And we can talk about that a different day. And there's here, this is a really cool thing. You can add a profile section, and you know, you can add skills from here and have them turn up in your experience, in your education, you know, all other places besides endorsements. So just keep that in mind. Okay, then as we go down, well, let me go up here. Okay, you can see that there, you know, my followers are shown there and my connections are shown there. So you can see the difference, all right? And then if you click more, you'll notice over here, because this is mine, you know, you're not seeing it, but over here, instead of connect, you would now see follow. If you were landing on my profile and you're not a connection, and then over here, you would click to connect with me. Now it's not in here because this is me looking at mine, but it's in here. So somewhere, and I would suggest in your cover video, and maybe right in here too, in your headline, just put, you know, in parentheses, click more to connect. Or click the drop down, click more and click connect in the drop down bucket. So, or in the drop down menu, because that way people will know to connect with you that way. Okay, so we've got that. We've covered the hashtags. We've covered how to turn it on. Now you will see, normally you do not see the featured section first thing, but I have, because I have creator mode, the first thing you see is the featured section, the things that I want you to see. Okay, so first you're going to see that last year I was cited as one of the top 15 coaches in Greater Cleveland. You know, that's a real honor, so I want that there. And then I have a recent post just about how to add credibility to your LinkedIn profile by using snippets in your profile. So go look at that. And then finally, it has the connection to my newsletter. And then you can look, you know, there are some things that are on YouTube that I've put here. So I suggest that you maybe just have, you know, 4 or 5 other, or 3 to 5 people, other people recommend, you know, some people have, you know, dozens and dozens. I wouldn't use that. Now, I am in the process of asking all of the people who have recommended me, both on here and on my website, to do video testimonials for me. Those would be great here in your featured section. They would be also great in your experience sections because you can add them here in experience. So you've got all kinds of opportunities there. But video testimonials are definitely great. And then here it's showing, you know, yesterday you're seeing, you know, here I am at noon, you know, is Korean Road right for you? Well, that was the aborted effort. That's what happens with live streaming sometimes. But here's my most recent, and here's something that I had put. This is just an activity that I had put because I always go on 1 hour before my live streams with a video that says, hey, I'm going to be live in a few minutes, you know, get on board. So, you know, you have that. Then you have your about section. So, you know, here, whoop, I don't want to do that. So here you could see, you know, everything that I do. And as you're going down, then you're seeing, you know, other opportunities. But those are the main differences with that you're going to see on your profile. Now, let me show you some other things that you can do, though. For instance, you can do your newsletter, and let me show you. Your newsletter is done very much like an article. Once you turn it on, and the first time when you turn on creator mode, you're going to get an invitation to start a newsletter. But you can also go up here and you can see there are newsletters here. And so that's what will show up. These are all the newsletters I'm following, but they are also my newsletter, Lucrative LinkedIn Strategies. So I can see how many people are subscribed to it. I have not put as much effort into my newsletter as I do my live streams. But you can see, you know, when you go to the newsletter, mine's called Lucrative LinkedIn Strategies. And here are some of the things that I have had in my newsletter. Okay, so different kinds of things that go into my newsletter. But let me show you how you actually do this. Okay, once you set up your newsletter, and it's going to take you through a process. It's not hard. When you first set up your newsletter, you can invite all of your first degree connections. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to know. You can set up a newsletter from your personal page, your personal profile page, or your company page. I would suggest that you only start one at a time, though, and do that one until you've really built it up, and then go, you know. So I started out with my profile newsletter. You can also start out with your company page newsletter. It's whichever one works best for you. But in order to actually post an article in your newsletter, it's just, you're going to go over here. I'm looking at Dumont Owen PhD. I'm going to go next. And here it is. And you can see I have a choice up here. This is my newsletter. Oh, come on. It's not letting me do it. Well, you have a choice here of posting it as your newsletter or an article, and I don't know why it's not letting me do it right now. It's just not. There is article in there that you can go down to, and over here is your publishing menu. So I could start a new article, or I could go like maybe to some of my drafts and choose one of those and edit it or trash it or do whatever I want with it. So you're going to do this like any article. I'm going to go through here really quickly to show you, you know, what you want to do. Okay, you're going to put in your headline, the title of your article. You're also going to upload an image. Now, your image is really important because it is how you get people's attention. Because when you post a newsletter, it is also going to post as an article. Okay, so you're going to get, you know, double duty out of this. So you can post anything as a newsletter and it will automatically post as an article. And that's why it wasn't letting me do that. Now I realize, because it's automatically going to do that. So you can upload your picture here. Stock photos, like I used to use things from Upworks because I really like their photography, but it doesn't get attention the same way as maybe doing something on Canva. So when you get a chance, if you want to subscribe to my newsletter, then you can, what was I going to say here? Oh, then you can see some examples. In fact, I can just show you here. Hold on. Let me go back to my network and I'm going to do the newsletter over again. Okay. And hold on. So you can see some examples here where I have actually used Canva to make things, to do different kinds of headings or pictures that I want. So let me go back to, oh wait, let me go back here. No, I want to go to home. Sorry, guys. My mouse seems to be going a little slow here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to write an article. Okay, so then with your newsletters, you can write anything you want here. You can also include ads to tag people. You can include hashtags. And if you click this, that's where you can insert images, videos, slides, links, snippets meaning, pieces of maybe a testimonial or a conversation or whatever. All those things can go in here in your newsletter. And up here you have, like I said, your publishing menu of what you have, what you've scheduled, because you can also schedule articles as to when they're going to show up. Those that are published, I didn't have to go back out. I could have just gone to there, your settings and help. And then across here are, this is your actual menu. Okay, so, Okay, so I'm going to go back to home now. And I want to show you how to schedule a live stream once you have activated that. And you can activate your newsletter with as few, or your live stream with as few as 150 connections and followers. I wouldn't do it. Like I said, I'd wait until 5. So, but to create a new event, you're going to scroll down. This is on your home page in the left-hand column. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you just the events page. This is where you can see all of the events that you have put on. You can see here are a whole bunch of events that I've done. So they all show up there. So I want to create a new event. So I'm just going to click plus. Once again, I'm going to upload a cover image. I'm going to choose who the organizer is. I can choose myself, or I can choose my company, Dumont & Associates, shortly to be rebranded as Dumont Digital Marketing. You're the first to know. And then the type of event. Now, if it's online, then that's going to be a lucrative LinkedIn, or that's going to be a LinkedIn live stream. If it's in person, that's a different thing. So you're going through here, you're going to choose, and I'm not going to show you how to do podcasts because it's the same process. You can see here, you can click a LinkedIn audio event, you can click a LinkedIn Live, or you can have an external event link. Now, let me tell you the advantages. And I'm just going to talk about LinkedIn Live and external event links. If you set something up on LinkedIn, it is a live stream or a podcast on LinkedIn, then you are going to be able to see, then you're going to be able to click register to invite 1,000 people of 1,000 of your first degree connections to that event. And then if you have someone who accepts it and they have 1,000 connections and you know them, you can say, hey, promote my event to 1,000 of your connections. I interview people every once in a while, and that's what I do. I have them post it to 1,000 of their connections, and then they can say, hey, post this, repost this event. So you can really get a lot of publicity for that. Now, there is a difference between organizing it as myself and organizing it as my company. And the biggest differences are these. Whoop. If you organize it as yourself, it is going to show up on your profile. Your banner is going to turn into your live stream, which is pretty cool because then it brings people to your profile. I prefer posting it from my company page because then I can download all the people who registered. And so I know that those people, for whatever reason, were interested in that topic. And it also tells me, the information on who they are and what their interest is. If it's an attorney, that's not my ideal client. So I'm not going to follow up with those people. But if it's a coach, consultant, author, speaker, other kind of service providers like financial advisors, those all come under my umbrella. So I am able to see who those are, and you can actually get their email, and you can do it legally because LinkedIn allows you to download. So that's kind of a nice piece. So you're going to just put what kind it is. You're going to choose the kind. Now, if you do an external link, you can absolutely can link to Zoom or to your website or to wherever you want to do it. It's just not LinkedIn is not going to promote it for you. And the people who register are not going to get reminders from LinkedIn. So it's totally up to you as how you do it. You can do it either way. You put your start dates and times, an end date and times. You're going to describe it. You can choose your speakers here. For instance, if I do this, I can select me. I can also, if I'm interviewing someone, select them. When you first enter your first live stream, you are going to be asked for your privacy policy. So that has to come from your website or your blog, someplace where you can post your privacy statement, that you don't sell people's names and all that stuff. So, they are going to require that of you. And then, like I said, you can choose the event format and all of that. And then you're going to click next, and it's going to allow you to post it. And then it's going to allow you to post it right then, to announce it. You can also invite 1,000 connections. And then what I do is I also, at the beginning of each month, I send out a message to all of my connections with all of my live streams that are coming up that month. So pretty cool, huh? That is basically, and I'm going to discard that because I'm not actually doing it. And I am actually going to stop sharing. There we go. So I don't think there's anybody on here today. So you're not going to be able to ask your questions, but you know where to find me. Just send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can actually email me at dumontowen.com. DUMONT@DUMONTOWEN.com. And that's it. So, welcome. Thank you for watching the replay. Don't forget that there's that Course Creators Masterclass this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I cannot possibly tell you how much benefit you are going to get out of that if you are ever interested in creating and selling courses online. And I will tell you that this is the event. This is the event that turned my business around. I had been struggling for so long. So you really, really do want to attend this. It's easily worth $47. Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's it for today. I am going to say, email me or send me any questions. And then right now, I'm just going to say, ta-ta for now, and see you next week at noon on Wednesday. Bye now.